Welcome to episode 9 of Answers from the Stairs. And I had such a good one today. I want everybody to get an image of that right there because it fits into what I'm saying. I was listening to a podcast. I started it yesterday, and I listened to stuff about 20 minutes at the time, whether it's on a ride or whatever. And so I got to finish it this morning, and I had one of those things that hit me. And I mean, literally, no exaggeration, the minute the guy said it, it hit me with chills. And it was actually Brad Lee's podcast, and he was interviewing Shawn Porter, who's a boxer, and he was talking about training and development. And a boxer has to take care of his physical body because that's his enterprise, that's his business. And but he talked about his brain development, and when he said it, it was just like that's so exactly how I think. And it's not that I'm looking for validation, but it's just like when somebody says something that validates what you say, it's kind of nice. And so he said, when all else fails, and he goes, at some point my body will fail me. He said, but my mind will always be there. He said, to summarize it, if something happened and I could no longer use my limbs, I could still use my mind. He said, I couldn't go out and physically do the activity. He said, but if I'm always constantly thinking and solving problems and developing my mind, then if nothing else, I could say, hey, come here, write this down. I just thought of this, write this down. And he goes, and I could still make a difference, even if all I had left to work in this world was my mind. One of the things I said yesterday about mindset is, we develop our mindset based on either things we see or things we hear or things we read. And every time I get here, it does that. Or it's what we put in our mind. I told you I wouldn't listen to negative things. But even that speaks to it even more about developing your mind and always looking for not necessarily a new way of doing things, but maybe even an add-on to how you're either living your life, or an add-on to how you're running your business, or an add-on to your faith. I told you I listen to a lot of podcasts, and they kind of revolve around a couple of things, business and faith being probably the two that take up the majority of my space on my phone. But just mind development. And when everything else fails, if you have the ability to communicate and the ability to always constantly develop your mind, then what a difference you could still make. It was just powerful to me. I hope that's powerful to you. If we're not developing our mind, we're failing ourselves. We're failing our businesses. We're failing anybody that looks to us for leadership or that's a team member of ours. We're failing them because we're not developing our most vital part of our body. I don't know. Hit me good today. I hope that's a good answer for you. It was a good answer for me. Have a great Friday. Week 2 is in the books. I told you last week my goal was to do 5. Kind of screwed up the first one with no sound. Got 4 in last week. Got 5 in today. Like I said, it's episode 9. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you listening. I appreciate the feedback. Send me a DM, comment, send me an email. I'll take anything. Thanks. Have a great day.